Hi, this is Robin Heppel from Funeral Futurist Websites, and today I'm going to present to you a case study on funeral home control of obituary information. I'm continuing my quest to empower you, the funeral home owner or manager, so that your firm is the one that controls the dissemination of the funeral information through the obituary and not relying on the newspapers. This case study is going to show by just using a few simple, easy techniques that you can control the flow of information and that the newspaper just becomes a secondary source of dissemination of that information. Here we're stepping inside of Google Analytics and actually looking at the traffic for a specific obituary page. You can see here that over the course of a month, this obituary was viewed over 2,100 times, and the average time on the page was over 4 minutes. But what's most important about this graph is that the most traffic was received on the first day. You can see here that 727 page views occurred on day 1, and 543 page views occurred on the second day. And what I haven't told you yet is that the obituary notice in the newspaper didn't go in until the second day, August 4th. So all of that traffic from the first day was generated specifically through the funeral home. Now let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Now you might be wondering, hey Hep, where's all this traffic coming from if it's not coming from the newspaper notice saying condolences may be offered at yourfuneralchapel.com? Well, what I've done is that I've broken this out into the first 3 days and then a collection of the last 17 days, rounding out the first 20 days. The blue column indicates direct traffic to that obituary page. That means that the link was either clicked in an email program such as Outlook or Outlook Express, or someone typed it directly into the address bar. Unfortunately, we can't separate the two, but it is a good indication that people are specifically clicking on the link within their email program or typing the link directly into their web browser address bar. The next bar, Facebook, you can see actually increases into day 2 and actually becomes the #1 source of traffic on day 2. Now remember, day 2 is the first day that it appeared in the newspaper, so you would think things like direct would even be higher on day 2. Then we look at the green column, which represents Google, and you can see that even in day 1, people are Googling the person's name or the funeral home name, and we're going to drill down into those details in just a moment. And as the days went on, you can see that Google became almost tied for first place with direct traffic from days 4 to 20. And then we also see Bing and Yahoo and other web pages that had a link from their website to the obituary. And we'll look at the light blue column, which represents email clicks from web-based email programs. So whether it's yahoo.com or AOL, we can track those differently. So some of those email clicks are in the first column under direct, and then these ones specifically are from web-based email programs. I'm not sure if you've ever looked this detailed into your traffic sources before, but maybe you're amazed of the amount of traffic that's coming from Facebook and from Google and also from email clicks. And those are just emails being sent out that can be initiated from you to the family and then through to their circle of influence. Now let's drill down a little bit deeper. When we compile the 3 major search engines, Google, Yahoo, and Bing, the search terms that people were searching for, almost 2/3 included the deceased name. Just under 1/3 was for the funeral home, and just 6% had a city or location reference in the search. Again, this is very valuable information for when you're creating your online obituary. But let's see what they're specifically searching for. For searches with the deceased name specifically, you can see that a lot of people search for it. They put the person's name in and then the city. Then, some people were just putting the name in and still being able to find the obituary on the funeral home's website. The next is the person's name plus the word funeral. The next is name plus the word obituary. And then it starts to taper off after that. For this person, they are holding a candlelight service, so people were searching for that. But you can see other things such as the person's name and then the funeral home's name. And another that I found interesting, where a lot of people were searching how did, and then insert the person's name, die. Now we look at the funeral home name specific keyword searches, and you can see that people were searching for the funeral home name plus the city, or just the funeral home name itself. And then as it gets a little lower, the funeral home domain name. I see this a lot. People actually just type in the domain name in the search box instead of into the address bar. And then just a few people with the funeral home name and the state. Now you might be wondering, how did this funeral home do this? You can see that they didn't rely on the newspaper at all, and that the newspaper itself was just a very small factor, if at all, where so many people came the first day before it was ever in the newspaper, and all of those traffic sources through Google and through Facebook and through email clicks. Well, this is how they did it. The first thing that you need to do is upload the obituary immediately to your website after it is approved by the family. You want to email the family members with email addresses, and so make sure you collect them from everyone who's in the arrangement room, and send them a direct link to the obituary. This is the key to be getting so many direct hits from email programs like Outlook to your online obituary, because the family can very easily just forward the email from you to all of their friends and family within their circle of influence. The next step is to show the family how to add the obituary to your Facebook profile. This literally takes 20 seconds to do, and you can see the impact that Facebook had on this obituary traffic. And also you want to make sure that your obituary is Google friendly, because if it's not, it doesn't matter. Those people will be searching those keywords, but they just won't be finding your website. And that's it. If you follow these 4 steps, you will be on your way to controlling the dissemination of funeral information within your community and not having to rely on the newspapers that have been gouging our families for far too long. And for those of you who want to take it to the next level, you can get my How to Charge for Online Obituaries and Have Client Families Thank You DVD and CD. It contains a DVD that is a 1-hour workshop that was recorded live. And then on the CD, there is the PDF handouts of the PowerPoint presentation, a Word document with all the notes and scripts that we talk about on how to communicate this with the family, and as a bonus, my website promotion guide. Now basically how this works is that by demonstrating to the family that you can get the information out better than the newspaper, then you're in control, and not only can you charge for the service, but you're going to be saving the family more money because they're not going to need the obit in the newspaper as long. What most clients do is they charge $50 for this service, but they're going to end up saving the family about $100 in extra newspaper costs. So the funeral home wins and the family wins. If you're interested in receiving this promotion, you can request your copy at the link below. For more information about funeral home websites that rank high in Google, including your online obituaries, that are easy to update and don't trap you in long contracts or proprietary systems, then visit funeralfutureswebsites.com. This is Robin Heppel.